Welcome to Kiki and Kibbit, Love in Paradise edition. Mary's at the beach. I was too lazy to put up my photo background, or I would be too.
I'm live at the beach in Queens. Live at the beach in Queens.
It feels like so much. Sorry, excuse me. It feels like so much work to put up my photo background because it takes up half of my office.
Yes.
And plus my dogs freak out. Otherwise, I would also be at the beach, except I really am at the beach. It's just like right down the street there.
Right.
You know.
Too much work to be actually at the beach.
But it's not that I don't love our viewers.
Right.
I'm just lazy.
Yes.
I'm trying to turn my ring light more towards me so I can be more beautiful for you. I'm a hot mess.
You're always beautiful to me, Brianna, and you're beautiful to our viewers.
Love you. It's been a long ass day.
Yes, it's been a long ass week.
Helping my daughter-in-law to be wedding dress shopping, but I think we found the dress.
Ooh,
you know something's wrong when like a kid. She's not even my child, but she put this dress on, and suddenly I'm teary.
Aww.
And she's like, "Well, it's your son getting married." I'm like, I don't even feel that. Like, we've been together for 8 years. Like, I don't know. I don't have that kind of like. Maybe I will on the day, except of course I'm officiating, so I gotta keep it together. I'm gonna take some Klonopin for that shit. Tell you. But like something about it just hit me. It's so pretty. Anyway, it was exciting. And then I had to FaceTime her mom, and so it was a lot. And drive 100 miles. But then I got to see my baby, my son. Love of my life.
Yes.
So how was your day? I didn't talk to you. Nobody cares, right? We should shut up about ourselves.
And let's talk about love in paradise.
All about us.
Love in paradise.
Love in paradise. I feel like singing the Bachelor in Paradise scene every time I say that.
Yes, I know.
Paradise, knocking on heaven's door. I used to think that was the trashiest show on TV, and then I saw Love After Lockup, and I was like, okay.
Oh no,
now we've
Love
reached
After
new
Lockup
lows.
takes the cake.
The trashiest. I know.
And that returns awesome. July 29th. I am so happy, but that's another podcast.
I am too. I also just want to say that we're trendsetters because long ago, far away, in another time when I had other podcast partners, I really wanted to do a Love After Lockup podcast. And they were like, no one's watching it. Actually, I did a poll on Twitter and I'm like, should we do a Love After Lockup podcast? And everyone was like, no. Because no one was watching it. But look at us now.
Look at us now.
We started the trend. Love After Lockup. We did that.
Yes, yeah. We did that.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
What do you think of the episode?
There was lots of penis talk. From
I'm cool with that.
From Danielle talking about Johan's penis being the size of her arm, to Carlos and Valentine talking about their big penises and what they do with them. Lots of penis talk.
Yeah, and we got like hearsay that some other podcasters were uncomfortable with all the talk of homosexual love. I personally find it titillating.
You're like, oh, wow, cool let me hear more. Ears, perking up a little bit.
Yeah, out your gay sex, I'm in. It'd be better if they just showed us their big penises. So I want to see all the sex. I'm cool with it. Hey, maybe not.
So who do we want to start with first?
Definitely cool seeing people talk about it. That's for sure.
Girl, you're freezing. I don't know.
You're freezing.
You're frozen.
I know, it's me. If I lose you, just okay, but you were frozen. Okay.
Okay, you're back now.
What happens if I disconnect though? If I disconnect with the session end, probably
Yeah,
If it
probably.
happens, we'll just get back on,
Yeah,
because I don't think I can change internet
I don't
provider.
know. Okay,
It's
well,
always like this. I was
what,
interviewing for jobs last week, and every interview, like suddenly my internet would go down.
of course, of course.
Okay, just pray
It's
hard.
okay. We're praying. We're praying.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
who do we want to start with first?
Let's talk about Carlos and Valentine, shall we?
Yes,
I really
let's.
want to know if Valentine is his real name or if that's like,
I think
and did you
it's
notice it's
stage.
V small a capital L? I don't
Yes,
know. Maybe it is.
I think it's a stage
I don't
name.
know.
And like I said, there was a lot of talk about penises. And I just think that Valentine could be very condescending at times.
I
Okay.
think they both are, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
think Carlos is plenty condescending as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're both a little snotty. Like I might get a little irritated with these fools if I was hanging out with them. Like they're
Yes.
both really busy. They have a lot. They always have something to complain about. Like they're very. I think I would find them to be major pains in the ass. I don't find them charismatic, and I do not know what I was thinking on the first episode when I was like, "He's so good looking." Okay, now that I've looked at him, I do not find Carlos at all attractive. The handlebar mustache is just like much. Also,
I like Valentine, I think, is a little bit more condescending and more annoying than Carlos. Like I think he
I
just
think
has
it's
a little.
Valentine. Not to correct you too much, but it's Valentine.
Okay, Valentine. Sorry,
Yes.
Valentine is a tad bit more on the annoying, condescending, has something to complain about every step of the way type shit in my book. Uh,
Okay.
and the whole
What
scene
specifically?
just, I mean, like, I think Carlos is really trying to like make him feel welcome and show him the fish eggs. I mean, just take a bite out of it and just say, okay, not really my thing. I mean, you would have thought Carlos was trying to feed the guy rat poison the way he was acting.
I mean, I get where you're coming from. I was like, I know there's certain things like I'm not gonna try no matter how much I love you. Like I just saw on this menu, oh, because it's our anniversary on Wednesday, and I was picking at a restaurant and they had veal shortbreads. Short, what do they call it? Sweet, what is it? When it's brains. What's that called?
Oh,
Sweet
okay.
bread,
Yes.
sweet bread,
Yes.
whatever. That's
Yes.
not brains. They're on the menu. And I was like, there's no world in which I'm gonna fucking watch eat brains.
Right.
Auntie's here. You will be
Oh.
back soon, Auntie. Please
Oh,
come
we miss you
back. I
too.
miss you so much. Please do stay well with us tomorrow night, Auntie. Miss you. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna eat any brains. I don't care.
No, I'm not gonna eat any brains either. Lamb brains, cow
No.
brains, none of that stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you for the $1.99 super chat.
Yes, I cannot pronounce that lovely Dutch name. I'm guessing it's either Dutch or Afrikaans name, but thank you.
And thank you so
And
much.
yes. Anyway, Auntie, I love you. Valentine is the guy's last name. If you watch the first episode, he said that. Okay, thanks. Nocturnal Nat. I have attention deficit disorder. Missed that whole thing. Well, then why is the L capitalized? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was actually feeling impressed that he tried to eat the giant, because he's like, these are fish eggs, and he's like, it's not actually the eggs, it's the sack, the bag that the eggs come in. So I'm like, basically, this is like fish endometrial lining, something
But
like
it was
that.
the whole nostalgia thing behind it, you know?
I know, so he tried it. So I was like, props for you, dude, because I would have been like, honey, love you, but Like, I'm not gonna try brains for you, even if I love you. Like, I'm not eating brains. Would you? I
What
don't know.
would you eat for love, Brianna? What would be the strangest thing you would eat for love?
uh, more aptly, what have I eaten for love? That's a different podcast, not this podcast. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I think they're both kind of bitches. I do. I think Carlos is very grumpy. He is trying to make it nice. I agree with that. I don't disagree with anything you said. I do think Valentine, I just think they're both kind of snotty, you know?
Yes, yes,
And I don't
they're
think this is going to work out because they're both
not at
too
all.
snotty.
Not at all. No,
Yeah. And
it's
then
not
there's
gonna
a
work
whole
out.
lot of discussion about like, is their sex life going to please them? They did all kinds of things, but not the thing that they like the most. So, I don't know how that's going to work out.
I don't know how
I
that's gonna
do
work.
think this polyamory thing is not going to go well.
It is
Like
not gonna go
Carlos
well
is
at all.
like, we can do other guys, but if there's love involved, I can't get down with that. Totally get it. And I
Yes.
said it before and I'll say it again, three is a crowd when it comes to relationships. There's always someone who wants to like get in between the couple. Perfect example, Abby, Gabby, Frankie, like, and
Yes.
then it's like behind the back thing. And I've had experiences like this in my life. I say no, three's a crowd.
Raise a crowd. Emotions
Yeah.
always get involved. Emotions fuck it up and party's over. Once emotions get involved,
Party's
party's
over.
over.
That's right. I'm
Party's over.
interested to see how this all resolves itself, though. I don't have a good feeling about it.
No,
I
neither
just
do
don't.
I. I don't.
I actually do kind of like Carlos is like, so how did you know you were polyamorous? And it's like, I don't think that like being polyamorous is something like, how did you know you were gay or how did you know you were bi? Like,
Right. It's
how
not
did
like
you know
something
you
you
were
just like
trans? It's
wake
not like
up
something you're
and like
born in.
decide.
It's
Right.
like, when did you realize that you get bored with one partner and want lots more involved? Like, he's like, I was capable of loving more than one person at a time. Well, we all are, motherfucker. Like, we all
Right.
are.
Right.
But, that doesn't make for a good committed relationship necessarily.
No, it
So I
doesn't.
call bullshit on his polyamory. When did you discover? But I don't think Carlos is going to get down with that. He says he's jealous. I believe him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that dude's in good shape. He'll knock a motherfucker out.
Knock him into
Don't
next
fuck with
week.
him.
Knock him into fucking
Yeah,
next week.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's much more to say about them. Do you?
No, I don't think so.
No. It's only an hour long show. So who would you like to discuss next?
Hmm.
Ariana, maybe?
Danielle and Johan.
Sounds good. Sounds
Okay.
good. Danielle and Johan. So they go to the fertility doctor.
Yes, because
This is an interesting one too. The emotional dynamic happening here is very interesting.
it is interesting.
And like she's a weird combo. Because if you remember on our first episode talking about this, I was like, I kind of like her. She's so Santa Cruz. Plus, I like what's going on with her hair and all this. Well, she goes back and forth between being like Miss Santa Cruz, peace and love, hippie crystals, to very practical New Yorker, where you're going to get the money to raise all these kids, And it's a weird. I think she's fake. Like I don't buy it anymore. I just don't. Also, she's kind of like dissing Johan's religion. She's, I guess, a Christian of some flavor of Christian, and she seems to be sort of dismissive about his religion.
Yes.
Meanwhile, she's like, I don't know. But I felt sad for her when she was getting examined and all that. That's like that is sad, I don't know. When you realize like, okay, my opportunity for having babies has passed, how did you feel about it? It's sort of personal.
I was done having babies after I had my son, one and done. I
Yeah,
was, I knew I wanted to have one, and that was it.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was happy.
I had a miscarriage, and don't feel sad for me. It was a long time ago. It's okay. I mean, it was very traumatic at the time because I thought like, oh my God, I can never have babies. There's something wrong with me. But then I got my tubes tied when I was like 40. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it, I
Right.
don't want to be 42 and having babies. That's
And
crazy
right,
talk to
exactly.
me.
That is crazy talk to
Yeah.
me. That is crazy talk to
But
me.
I have sympathy for her position.
So do
And she
I.
has a 20-year-old son. So I don't know how you go from having a 20-year-old kid to like changing diapers again. Like, can
No.
you imagine your kids? He's not quite 18 yet, right? He's 17.
Right. He's turning 18 next
Imagine
month.
having an
And I
infant.
cannot picture myself starting all over at this stage. Hell
No.
to the no.
And here's my secret feeling. And Lit says she was happy, one and done. We're both one
Yes.
and done up in here
We're
too.
all one and
So
done. We're the one and done
although
club.
although I actually today, like I said, wedding dress shopping with my daughter-in-law to be, and I got all teary, and then I was like, don't tell Dylan this, but I really wanted to have a girl too. I'm like, can you guys please have girl babies so I can dress them up in little frilly dresses? But I felt for her.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I think it's a tough, there is a moment where you realize your childbearing days are over. And even if you don't want another child, I think there's something about it that's emotional. Even I felt that. And I had my tubes tied, you know what I mean? But like, okay, this is over. Now I'm an old lady. Oh,
The
wow.
ship
Lit
has sailed.
says 14 years difference between her sister and I. Wow, that's a
Wow.
lot.
That's crazy.
I got a male friend who had like grown children and then decided we were dating. This was before I met my husband. We were dating and he broke up with me because he decided he wanted another kid. And I was like, I don't know,
Actually, I have a
42.
friend that there is a 14-year difference between her middle child and her youngest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't tell if she really wants another kid or not. I have this weird feeling that what she really wants is to keep Johan. And it seems
Yes.
really important to him.
Yes.
And he's
And
Mr.
let me tell you,
God will take care of it.
if his penis is really the size of her arm, I mean, wouldn't you want to hold on to that too?
Maybe.
I mean, come on. The way she brags about, I mean, she physically can't take it, Brianna. It tears her
Yeah.
apart. I don't know.
I would like that. Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Definitely.
sure. Why
Yep.
not?
I don't think we should go deeper into this. I really don't. There's just
But
too much
just not
involved.
5 times a day because she can't physically take it 5 times a day.
Well, I can't count 5 times a day anyway. Ain't nobody got time for all that shit. Get a job. Like,
Nobody got time for all that
but
shit
I'm
now.
saying,
Just
you
saying.
see what I did this weekend. Like, seriously, no time for having sex 5 times a day. But then again, at my age, I do not have the strongest libido. No, even in my horniest days, I want to have sex 5 times a day.
Me
Like,
either. Like, what
done.
the fuck? No.
I'm busy. I'm too busy for all of that. So, but I felt sad for her. And I really felt like the tears she was crying on the gynecologist table were absolutely sincere. And I
Yes.
felt for her. I did.
Same.
And there is something about that. God will take care of it. He'll create miracles if I pray hard enough. That just makes me want to say snap out of it. Like, I'm not saying God is not powerful. If that you believe in, no opinions on that. But what I do think is that I just don't think it's like placing an order at the drive-through.
Right.
Like, I want a baby. So if I pray hard enough, baby will come. Like, I do think that there are earthly factors involved. Sure, miracles happen. Look at Janet Jackson,
There you
but so
go.
they could do in vitro, and that's what they said, and I did
Mhm.
like that he said, unlike, okay, 90 Day Fiance, actually Darcy and Stacy with Florian and Stacy, where Florian's like, if God says we will have baby, we will have baby. Don't worry about it, right? This guy's like, okay, if God wants us to have a baby, cool. If we can't do it naturally, we'll try something else. And I
Right.
think that's very reasonable. I kind of like Johan. I kind of like both of them. I don't really want to like them, but I do. Maybe I'll hate
So
them
do
soon, though.
I, right? I like Johan. I don't know why.
Maybe
It
because you
just,
know what's in his pants.
yeah, right. The size of her
No, I
arm.
think he's cute. But when you see those two next to each other, it's hilarious. But then again, like, you know, my ex-husband was 6'2" and I'm 5 feet, so whatevs. I don't know what else to say about this except whatever it is that they want. I hope they get it. Don't think that relationship's gonna last. She's too practical. He's too broke. Like, it's just,
Exactly.
I don't believe it's gonna happen.
Yep, I don't
Yeah.
believe.
It's all crystals, peace, love, and crystals until someone gotta pay the rent. And
Exactly.
she's a broke bitch too. She talked about
Mm-hmm.
it, that she's had a lot of problems with her finances. What does she do for a
Yes.
living? She's like a yoga teacher.
Yeah, it's just yeah,
Isn't
exactly. Or
I owned
something
a
like that.
yoga studio and I was so broke I had to do freelance writing on the side. So, like, I have little faith that they're gonna have enough money to make it work. I don't think this couple is gonna last either. I don't.
No,
They're
neither.
they're great example of vacation love, you know. Girl,
Yes.
did you see the other day when we did our podcast? I noticed in the comments. Oh, yeah, it was in the comments where they're like, "Mary, is that a doobie?" I haven't heard that word doobie in a long time.
Yes, it is a
I was
doobie.
like, oh, obviously a doobie. So, if you have to ask, you don't know. Okay, let's talk about Ariana and Sherlon. This
uh,
poor girl is so clueless.
what up, bro? Let me give you
Let
a
this
side
just be
hug.
a cautionary tale. Don't try to take the vacation D and turn it into something else. Not gonna work.
And he works at a swingers resort. He sees ass and boobage all day long. I mean, come on. You really, really think that he's going to dedicate himself to you, girl?
I don't even think he likes her.
I mean, either. No,
But to
no.
be fair, I don't like her either. She's annoying as fuck, this chick. Is she not? She's just needy and, like, put it this way, what does she know about him?
No,
Like,
absolutely
what makes
nothing.
her
Absolutely
nothing?
fucking nothing. Absolutely
So
nothing.
why does she think she wants to spend her life with him? She doesn't know him.
Because they have a child together. That is the only qualification.
By the way, that doesn't work. Like, not only does it not work, I think it makes it harder to work. Even
Yes.
great relationships go bad when there's a kid involved. It's a
Yes.
lot of work and takes the focus off your relationship. You should have a very solid relationship before you have a child. But she's a child. How old is she? She's like her early 20s, right?
Yeah, she's in her early 20s. Her mother came out of retirement to support her. That was the thing that made
Amazing
me like
mom.
do like a double take. Like her mother came out of retirement.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I was the same thing. Although I
yeah.
would never retire. I would just write different things. But still, like, I would do the same thing if my
All right.
daughter had a baby and didn't have enough money. I would do the same thing.
All
But I
right, but
think
I
it's
mean you
very,
just
very dear. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like
Sherlock's never going to have two pennies to rub together at all. Just don't.
no.
So, like, this unrealistic, but he doesn't even like her because she's been henpecking him for like 2 years now, right? Like, the year that the baby, 10 months, the baby's 10 months old. Then there was like the 9 months before that, like for a good 20 months or so, this woman has just been henpecking him and bugging him for a relationship. Here's the thing. If they were together, he would probably drive her crazy in 10 minutes. She just doesn't know that.
Yes. Yes.
But at least he's into baby Odin. So that's what's most important. Love your kid if you have
Love
one.
your
I don't
kid.
care if you try to have him or not.
And the one thing you
take
gotta
care of
give
your kid.
Sherlon, he's honest. It's not like, you know,
Yes.
he's
And
giving
I
her
really
bullshit.
respect that. Yes. Yeah. No.
It's just
She has
keeps
never
pushing
said,
the
I
issue.
love
She
you.
just keeps pushing
Mhm.
it, you know? She's trying to force this little family.
Not a doobie.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not a doobie. She's trying to force this little
nicotine.
family to work, and it's not going to work. And at least he's honest with himself, and he may not have,
with her.
You know, he may not have said, listen, girl, this is not going to work between us, but come on, calling her bro, his facial expressions, I mean, his body language. His body language.
You gotta give it to
her.
that man. Funny facial expressions too.
Yes,
he makes some good.
Yes,
faces.
He does. He makes some good faces.
But yeah, the minute your man starts calling you bro, you know there are issues, like serious.
I mean, his fucking
there.
body language, Brianna, when he's talking to her, it's like, are you kidding me?
Funny faces. But I know why he's not saying it. It's not that he's giving it a chance. He just wants to make sure she comes down with his baby, and I don't blame him. Like. No. This guy cares. He gives a shit that he's got a baby. So good for you. Good on you, Sherlon. I'm on his side. And I think she's too young and dumb to know any better. Right. She's an example of why you should wait and get married and have babies later in life. Like it's exactly it's bad judgment call. Take it from the old ladies who know better. Yes. Yeah. What else can we say? What do you think is going to happen with this? They're clearly not going to be together. I don't see her going down there, him falling madly in love. Oh, and I love this. Like, oh yeah, he's going to stay up all night with the baby and change the baby and feed the baby. Meanwhile, he's probably never touched a baby in his life. Like, aren't you going to give him a little training first? Like newborns he didn't even scary.
Know the difference between girl clothing and boy clothing at the store. Okay. And he's going to change diapers and feed the baby. Okay. Sure, girl. Uh-huh.
I mean, girls and boy babies can wear the same shit. But let me tell you, when I had my son, my beautiful, perfect son who walks on water, when in the hospital after I gave birth, and it was time for me to take him home, I was like, are they really going to like just send us home? Like, I'm not qualified for I was like,
what am I supposed to do?
Just go. I felt like, should I clap or something? No one knows, but like she better. So
I think
like you're freezing, which means my action's unstable. It's me. I know. You look like you're freezing to me, but I understand it's me. I apologize. It's me. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. But to be fair to that poor man, she needs to give him a little training course. Here's how you change a diaper, and by the way, hold the diaper over his junk because you're gonna get peed on.
Exactly.
Like, there's a lot to learn.
There is a lot to learn.
And you can't just give him trial by fire and then be like, you failed. Like, because I feel like that's what she's going to do. Ariana's got a lot of growing up to do.
She's going to be
That is my
nitpicking at
feeling.
him all the way. I just see this coming. Nit.
Even I feel annoyed. She's not even.
I know
me.
exactly, right? I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, ugh, shush. And speaking of annoying, our last couple, Amber and Daniel, and it's not honeymoon time anymore.
That poor, I feel really sorry for Daniel, although I don't think he's blameless. But this whole, like, then I come from Venezuela, and remember, these Venezuelans, they have escaped. They have run away from war. This is big deal. Like, if you watch Below Deck, Marcos on Deck, he's a Venezuelan guy who got out. Like, this is a major thing to get out of Venezuela. Then he's in Costa Rica, and he is so happy, living in paradise, and he's surfing every day. And now he's in Seminole, Florida, mowing the fucking lawn. And it's just like, this sucks.
He can't work, doesn't have a car, bored out of his fucking mind.
Can't drive.
Right. Living with Amber, her sister, and 4 cats. Everywhere he turns.
And soon to be her, I agree with you, Leah, she's so bossy. And soon to be her best friend, who like she hasn't even mentioned it. And that's how it goes beyond bossy. It's an entitled attitude. Now I get that she's making all the money, but if you import your fiance or your husband and you know he's not going to be able to work for a long time, you signed up for that. So don't act like because you're making all the money, you get to make all the decisions. Wrong. And
she's saying that she's starting to feel resentful. It is not Daniel's fault that he is not working. He does not have his work permit. If he had his work permit and still was not working, then yes, you would have a right to feel resentful. But he cannot work. What the fuck do you expect him to do? What do you expect him to do?
And she signed up for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I do think he would be working if he could.
Exactly.
Because work is independence.
Right.
But I also do think, let's say your partner can't work for another reason. Let's say they develop a medical disability and they cannot work.
Right.
Should the other partner then be able to make all of the decisions?
No.
I mean, come the fuck on, right?
Exactly. Like,
what if your partner gets cancer? Are you gonna be like, well, you can't work, so I'm making all the like? There's no difference. And to actually be planning to have another person move in the house and not even forget asking, but not even telling him.
Right.
That's disrespectful as fuck. That's not an equal partnership. And frankly, we've talked about this before, but with some of these couples, the power dynamic is essential to the relationship. She purposely, I believe, is with a man who will have less power in the relationship than she does.
Right.
Now, you can do that if you want, but you get what you pay for, sis. Like, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't think he's just the greatest guy in the world. I mean, he gets real snotty too.
Oh, yes, he does.
A little bit infantile. But nothing compared to her. She's insufferable. She's absolutely insufferable. I can't stand her. I really can't. Like I said, he's not like the biggest pry. What is it that's got these people together? Like they do the recap and he's like, and she was the most beautiful woman I've ever laid my eyes on. And then you see her off of the waterfall. Like I just don't see it. I don't know why.
I don't know. Like you said,
there's
somewhere out there for everyone. So
yeah, there's someone out there for everyone. Just not these guys. But let's just back up, zoom out for a second. Would you ever, let's say you're at a party and you meet Ariana and you meet Sherlon, would you go, these guys would be great together? Hell no.
No fucking way.
You'd be
no fucking way.
No. Amber and Daniel, would you be like, those are the perfect match? Hell no. Like,
nope.
No. Johan and Danielle, maybe?
I I don't know. No. It was the
I
sex.
just
I'm
feel
telling
like,
you, it was the sex.
which I understand. Okay, I'm
Yes.
not going to say this. I haven't made decisions based on what my naughty bits were telling me.
Especially if his dick is the size of her arm.
I'm just so glad that my speakers, my earbuds, and my husband can't hear you right now. It's not his fault. Anyway. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. I believe that a lot of these relationships are based on a power imbalance. The ones where there's 10-year age gap in between. And it's usually, well, it doesn't matter. It, like, I'm thinking now about what's his name? David and Lana from 90 Day Fiance.
Yes.
There's these giant age differences, and the partner, the foreign spouse, is coming from a poor country. I feel like there's part of that American spouse or partner who wants a submissive partner who they can control. Yes. And that's what I see with Amber and Daniel, for example.
Absolutely.
So I don't like it. I don't think she's like, imagine if she was with an American guy who had like a dominant personality.
Oh, that shit wouldn't work at all. That shit wouldn't work.
Yeah, she wants to call the shots. Yeah.
Yes, she does.
I mean, I don't have anything else to say about this. What about you?
And neither do I.
Looking forward to next week. I can't wait till Frankie gets there.
Yes, I know.
I feel bad for Gabby.
That's going to be very interesting when Frankie gets there. I can't wait to see how that
I feel bad for Gabby, although it sounds like Abby wants both of them. It doesn't sound like she wants to break up. I think Frankie thinks she's going to break up with Gabby.
Yeah, no, but she wants both of them. No, her ideal thing is that Gabby finds a man and they all four of them live happily ever after. That would be her ideal thing.
Well,
dream on, little girl. Well, dream on is all I have to say.
And then there's real life.
Right, exactly. So.
Yeah.
Well,
as someone who's been married for most of my life.
most of your adult life, right, Brianna?
Most of my life at this point. I've spent more of my life married than not, put it that way. So I'm very old and wise, clearly, as you can tell. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for joining us and for the super chat.
Yes,
please join us tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, maybe with Auntie if she can do it, for our 90 days to what, which is our little lightning round where we do 5 minutes for each couple. So
so please see you join
back
us
here then. Yes, and have a great night, everyone. We'll see you later. Peace out.